Circling, and I think we're live.
Hey
Hey! I
guys!
almost said, hey, bitches!
Hey bitches!
Woo! I don't know if you can see, but there's a little dot here.
Uh-huh.
I went to see my dermatologist for the first time in like 10 years. And
Uh-huh.
so you can see my ear's a little red, here's a little
Yeah.
red, and that was oozing some pus. And this ear's red, so they did a little freeze frame. And this, they cut something off, they're sending it off to, to check
Yeah.
it. To check it.
Okay then.
So we're all good.
But we still
so
got this facial hair and I'm here for it. So there's that.
the trick is I've got like quarter-inch blade, and I just trim it down, and I'm like, fine. It doesn't bother me so much. So hey, Nicole, hello, hello. Hi.
Hello. Oops. I'm
Let
trying
me
to
see if
refresh my screen so I can share.
yes, I'm liking. I'm gonna share.
Do,
Where
do,
do I
do.
share on my page? We're live. Hello, who's that? Diana,
Like it.
Heather. Oh my God,
Oh
Heather.
wait, hold on.
Where
I
do
did
I share?
something wrong. Hold on. Oh, I'm trying to mute
Hello, who's
myself.
that? Diana.
Sorry. There we go.
Me.
Hey Nicole. Hi Diana. Hi Heather.
Oh, I got my volume up too. Okay, there. Turn it down. Turn it down. Captions generated. Hello, Leisha. Leisha Schwartz. Holmquist. I love that name.
Hey,
So
hey.
what? So hello, welcome. Oh, we got like 12 people on in the first 2 minutes.
Hey.
Woohoo!
Hey Louise.
Um,
Hey Sue. Hey Lisa.
Wheezy Wheezy Bee. So maybe there's so many people right away because they missed us, or at least missed you.
It's
I won't be so bold. I won't be so bold. But yeah. So the card from tonight for me is the Awakening from the Pockets of Fears Tarot deck. And then V, what did you pull?
I have the Hermit from the Game of Thrones deck. So that's the energy we're working through, working with.
Yeah, we are. Let me tell you. Can we really define? I don't know that we can define the energy we're working with right now.
It's it's a thing.
Man, I mean, and like I'm a fan of energy because it means movement. It means things are changing. It means we have opportunities. You can't cook a turkey without some fire.
That
Otherwise, you're gonna
that
get raw
part.
bird.
Yes.
Somebody write that down. Hashtag you can't cook a turkey without fire, because like there's a moon eclipse coming up. There's a solar flare that knocked out towers and shit the other day.
Oh wow.
Mercury going into retrograde, so we're in the shadow pretty much right now. It goes retrograde on the 10th through
Uh-huh.
like June 2nd or 3rd, something like that. What else? We had a new moon, Beltane.
Yes. Yes.
I
It's been
mean,
a
your
lot.
birthday's coming up, so there's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
The birthday month has started, honey.
Yes,
Yes. Hey
and so
Mara, hey
this
Brenda.
this is a 16 year for you, right? Am I doing the math right? 556.
Yes. Well,
Wow.
16, 7. I
No,
think it's just
actually,
7.
yeah, just a 7. Yeah, if we
Yeah.
do it, there's two ways of doing it, and if we do
Right.
the way I'm getting more used to and feels more comfortable, which is I learned through Mary Kay Greer's book, you take the 5 plus the 5 plus 2022, and once you add
Mhm.
that all up, then you're going to get 2032, which
And
is
then
a
add
7.
those.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
Yeah.
interesting. Yes. Hey,
So
Mara.
I'm
Hey,
entering into
Brenda.
a chariot. Well, this will be my chariot year. So victory, moving, solar, solar plexus energy, confidence, all of that. So yeah.
Nice. And for me, it's oh my gosh, it's a 3 plus 14. Let's see. Yeah, 3
So,
plus 14 is 17. So that's 17 is 39, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it is a 14. So it is temperance. I was trying to do the math now because I'm thinking,
I'm like,
wait,
huh?
yeah, Little Rain Man, like, just go with it. Just trust me, I'll
Yeah.
get to the right number. Yeah, so 14, it's a 14 year. So this is a temperance year. And let me tell you what, this past week, I mean, I'm booked out almost 2 months from my virtuals, and every time someone books one, they're like, if something cancels, and I will let you know if it cancels. But last week, something weird happened. I had one client who booked two animal sessions and a personal one, and I said,
Hmm.
well, let's just do the two animals together when we do your personal one. Well, then she had a rough week. She said, I need to let's move them all. I'm like, okay, we'll move them all. So then I was like, I had nothing of my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights. because I
Mm-hmm.
left them blank. And then Saturday, I had a 5K run for work. So I was like, I don't have an actual client for like 7 or 8 days. And I'm like, either something big is coming or I just need this time.
You need to.
And I can't pinpoint it to anything, but it was good. It was good. It was good that I had that time. So yeah. So,
You need.
oh, Amy's here. Oh my God, Zuri's here.
Hey, Amy. Hey, Zuri.
Oh, my phone didn't pick up. Usually when I say Zuri, my phone picks up.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, what a night. So, all right. So I'm just going to say I've been having a great life. Now, V, what's been going on? I want to find out. So, if y'all don't know, V took a little trip
uh,
to a past life
uh,
and some future lives and everything. So, V, how was your vacation?
it was breathtaking and life changing, and so many other words that I have yet to figure out. Um, I really do feel as though going there, like it was a puzzle piece that was missing that I picked up in some way. For you guys, I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I've been fascinated with Ireland since 6 years old. No reason, no idea why. Um, and
Well, you look Irish.
I got exactly right. I got my Claddagh ring. Can you guys see it? My little this one. Don't look at my nails because they're a mess.
Wait a
But
minute.
this there we go. With the heart and the hands. This was
Yeah.
the ring that I put on my Christmas list at 6, 7, and 8 years old. Um, no idea why I was drawn to it. Never got it. But over the time, I was like, where's this ring from? What is it about? And just started to read more about, just Ireland. And my name is Irish, Siobhan, and I was born in May. So there's Emerald. There's just little, I love Celtic music, like love Celtic music. And so just little things. And so it's funny when I got there, it was just like, okay, as soon as I touch down, there's going to be something different happening. I'm going to feel it. And I was there and I'm just like, okay, what's supposed to happen? Like it's supposed to be, I watch too much TV. Like exactly like this.
Oh, hold on. Let me do the air horn. Like,
Right? No, no, give me the twinkles. Give me the
oh,
twinkles.
where's that? Okay, hold on. Oh, well, no, that wasn't it. The glockenspiel.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I thought it was supposed to feel like.
So V touches down and
But not. But it wasn't until I came back home that it just things have shifted and things have changed. Um, and a lot of it has to
it's
do with
almost like
just
Alice. You went down the rabbit hole, and not until you came back did you realize all the gifts and all the shit you got. And I know you love Alice.
yes, exactly that. Exactly that. And the first thing I thought when I came back home was like, there's too much concrete. Like there's just too much concrete. And I'm a Taurus, Virgo rising, Capricorn moon, so all earth, but I've never really been about being outside until I came back home. It's like now I want to put my feet in grass. I want to stand under the sun. I want to look at trees. And so I never wanted to do all that before now.
So
And
I need to know: did you pack and take the photographer with you, or did you hire them there?
oh,
Because whoever was doing that, and however that, and I'm like, what? How did how did this happen? Did
yeah.
they have somebody on staff?
So the thing about the dress, if you guys have seen the dress, I actually had that dress made for my there's my husband in the back for my wedding. That was the dress that I had planned to get married in. And COVID happened, so we didn't have our big ceremony. We had a small ceremony, so I wore something different, but I never got a chance to wear the dress.
Wow.
So, of course,
It's
Crystal
almost like
Marie, yeah,
Spirit had you make it just for that moment.
exact, exactly. So Crystal Marie was like, take the dress and take pictures. And I was like, that's a great idea. So I talked to the woman that was over the retreat because I did go for a retreat with Jenna Matlin, another woman named Thea Trussler. And I contacted Thea because she lives in Ireland. And I said, okay, I'm looking for a photographer. Do you have any, ideas? Do you know someone? Yada, yada. And she was like, okay, I'll figure it all out. And I was like, okay. And so right before I left, she had forgotten about it. She was like, "Don't worry." She was like, "I got it." So she was like, "I'm gonna have him come and take pictures of the feast night anyway." So I was like, "Cool." So I asked for the prices and whatnot, and so she hired him. He's a local photographer there. He's done weddings at the castle we stayed at. And so he was familiar with the
Oh,
ground. And he was like, I'm excited because it wasn't a wedding and everything had to be kind of like stiff. And he was like, I love artistic things and just doing different stuff. So he was the best. Like he had a blast and
I
we had a
bet.
and so the pictures are my souvenir. And yeah, it was just I got to be a queen and play dress up and but just feel really at home in that space as well. So yeah, just a lot. I got to hula hoop. I got to hula hoop in the tower barefoot and
Wow.
just be India Ari actually commented on it and then put it in her stories, which was awesome. Um, so yeah, yeah. And it was my
Yeah.
first trip that I took that I went by myself, a very long way. And that in itself is inspiring. So if anybody has never traveled by themselves, I highly recommend it. I met people there, and I just knew Jenna and I don't know if you know Ashley Upon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't
So
Kate, and
she
Kate? Wasn't Kate there
and
too?
Kate. Yeah, but I didn't know Kate first. I didn't
You
know Kate.
didn't.
Mm-mm. I know.
How was that?
I know. I'm when I did StarCon, she started following me then, but we had never met until there. So, but yeah, so just
She was
traveling
up at
that far.
Omega Institute forever. I mean, I think she's still there. She might have moved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But just to travel that far, and it just brought a deep sense of security and just confidence in self, to get there and get back home and navigate all of the things involved and during COVID and what you have to do to fly. And so, yeah. So now I come
Wow.
feel like nothing is impossible. Like anything, even though I say it, but like now I actually feel it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. It is. And people listening, if you have not seen V's pictures, just probably go to her Instagram and scroll through there. Probably the best place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just
Incredible. Those pictures,
beautiful.
like slow dripping them out. Slow drip. Slow drip.
You're gonna ride that horse the rest of this year.
Yep. Yep.
So, well, cool. Oh my gosh, such a beautiful, inspirational story and stuff like that. So, and I'm glad you're here tonight because I was feeling that lots changed. I wonder if we're going to still do this, And I felt a yes, but
Mm-hmm.
you and I, we've always had that conversation of like,
Yep.
listen, if all of a sudden one day you're like, this ain't happening anymore, I'm like, all right, and I'll assess whether I'm going by myself or not, you
Yeah.
know, because I know sometimes the horse gets tired, you need to let it rest.
But I love this and I look forward to it. It's those days that I just don't have it. And I,
Yeah,
tell you that I don't got it. Now, if we
yeah,
had done this when I first got back, I'd have been like, I can't. I don't
yeah.
have it. But
Well,
now
we,
I'm
we
excited.
had one scheduled like as you landed, we were going to
Great.
do it. So
Yeah.
it did happen. And I
Mhm.
took the night off. I was like, you know what? I need this night off too. So,
Good for you.
well,
Good for you.
cool. So yeah, so let's jump in and do some reading. So I'm going to be reading with the Pocket of Fears Tarot. I almost keep saying tarot tiles. Pocket of Fears Tarot deck by Jamie Sawyer. And you guys, if you've not looked at her new deck, Out of Hand, that she's working on,
It's awesome.
I've got the heart, the what do you call it? The alert on her Kickstarter for that. Um, part of me kept waiting for the Eight of Cups to come out and see if I recognize anything in it because I'm the Eight of Cups. But she's doing a different thing. She's doing a different thing.
It's a different thing.
My ego doesn't come out much, but every once in a while I was like, why don't maybe she'll no. Okay. So it's about her, not me.
Uh-huh. Yes.
But anyway, so yeah, and you're reading with Game of Thrones.
I am doing Game of Thrones.
Shame, shame.
Yes. I took this deck to Ireland because I'm like, I'm gonna be in a castle. Let's do that. So yeah.
I bet you it was perfect for it because it's a moody deck. It's a beautiful. I love it. The card stock. I just want to like put it against. Yeah, it's like Dolly Parton. 925. So listen, we're gonna take all. We're gonna start it this way. If you've had a reading from us, maybe the last time we were on or the time before, maybe wait just a moment because we got a lot of people here tonight. We got 20 people right now, so that's a huge number. And if you're
What?
watching this in the archive, you can still play along, and we'll tell you how. So listen to the rules before you say anything, because there are rules, and the only reason we have the rules is so that we don't piss anybody off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So rules keep everybody happy, especially us. So
Yes.
if you've had a reading from us maybe the last month ago or 6 weeks ago, please wait just a few moments. But if you've never had a reading, get your fingers ready. And here's how you get on the list. We're going to take the first 8 people, and this is what gives us permission to read you. And we're each going to pull one card. You type the word me. M-E meaning me, meaning you, meaning I want a reading. If you put it in capital letters, even better. So if you've never had a reading or it's been like a month or two, go ahead and type the word me. We're going to take the first 8 people. I see Lisa.
Yes.
Let's see, who else? Bum, bum, bum.
I see Linda,
Linda.
Crystal Terry.
Oh, I see Brenda before after Linda.
Oh, did you get Crystal
Then
Terry?
Crystal. Yep, then Crystal.
And then I see Sue Gunn.
Crystal Sue. Yep.
And then Heather Epstein,
Heather. Yep. And we got 2 more after Heather.
Carol Hill,
Carol.
and then Terry Farrell.
Terry, and we're done. All right, so Rita, sorry, you're number 9. So we're only going for 8. So listen, if you did not get on the list, and I'll go back over in just a moment. Number 1, Lisa. 2, Linda. 3, Brenda. 4, Crystal. 5, Sue. 6, Heather. 7, Carol. 8, Terry. If you did not get on the list, then in your head you can choose all 8 if you want. You don't have to type this, but you can just pick one. Like, say you got a relationship issue, say I'm feeling number 3 is going to answer that, and you got a job issue, and okay, I'll go with 7. So you
Mm-hmm.
can piggyback on somebody else's reading. You don't need to tell us because it'll just be your own thing. But like often happens in these readings, a lot of people kind of go, oh my gosh, like everything tonight was for me, or like so much was for me, or just I gleaned and learned something from it. So that's what we're gonna do. Lisa, Linda, Brenda, Crystal, Sue, Heather, Carol, Terry. It sounds like a Southern woman name. Lisa, Linda, Brenda, Crystal, Sue, Heather, Carol, Terry Smith. Get over here.
Get,
Get
wow.
over here.
All
Right?
of the names.
All of
Yes.
it. So we're gonna pull one card each. V is gonna
Yep.
go first, just because that works for us. Unless one day she says, you know what, I'm feeling you need to go first, then I'll go first. But otherwise, V is gonna pull first. You don't have to tell us your question. We're just gonna tell you what we think Spirit needs you to know. So if
Yes.
you're watching in the archives, meaning it's not 7:18 Eastern Standard Time, Monday night, May the 2nd,
Uh-huh.
then you're in the archives. Then you just need to pick a number and hold it to yourself. So, all right. So Lisa's going to be first. Lisa, hope you're still there, which I'm sure you are because we just started. And V, whenever you're ready, pull a card and go for it. And then we'll go to Linda next. So Lisa, then Linda. Lisa, Linda, Brenda's Crystal.
And then I just want to say I'm picking number 4 for tonight.
Oh, V is doing number 4. And I'm going to do number 5. That's
Ooh.
weird. I know. That's weird.
All right. So
Tell your
who's first?
husband, hey.
Lisa's first?
Yes, Lisa's first.
All right. Lisa and all the number 1s. Ooh, Ace of Coins.
Ooh.
All right. So with this Ace of Coins, there's a seed that you need to plant. Okay. I feel like there's an opportunity that is making its way to you, or something that you've been thinking about, but now is the time to put this seed in the ground. All right. You've held on to it. You've felt into it. You've had the idea. You have the energy. Now it's time to make it tangible, to make it real. And so it's about having this idea, this feeling, and planting it and beginning to water it. Okay. This is the beginning of something that could potentially change things for you on a tangible level, whether it's your money, whether it's a new business, a new job, some new uh, a new financial shift in some way, or it could have something to do with your physical health. But it's about you putting this thing in the ground and watering it, putting energy towards it because you're wanting it to grow. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. It might seem like can I trust this? Can I go with it? And the answer is yes. Okay.
And then from me, we've got the 7 of Swords. Oh, I love this card. So traditionally, this card can be about, like, maybe someone taking from you, stealing from you, taking your mental energy. where
Mhm.
someone lives rent free in your head. This card I love because it's almost like tending to those things that are easily escapable, these snakes that are easily, they move around. But also the number seven, I'm really drawn to that, is metaphysical, mystical, spiritual, solitude, analyzing, research. And I feel like with these card, the plant the seed, I really feel like this is a time to be very conscious of what you're thinking about the seed that you're planting, how you're perceiving
Mhm.
it, how you're manifesting it, because the swords are about thought, logic, and reason. I'm gonna put the card down because now it's distracting me where I'm going. In other words, I don't want you to plant the seed and go, oh my God, I hope it grows. I want you to plant the seed and say, damn, it's going to grow and it's going to be awesome.
Mhm.
Worry is a prayer for the very thing you do not want to happen. And if you don't believe me, look up the study about they did a study with these three basketball players. And they said for every day for 7 days, you go out and stand at the free throw line and you shoot baskets for 20 minutes. The next person, they said, go out every day and just sit there and just imagine shooting baskets for 20 minutes. And then the
Mm.
other person, they said, don't do nothing. All right. And then when they tested them at the end of those 7 days, 25% was what the person who actually shot the ball gained, grew. 24% for the person who just imagined. So the
Mm.
visualization of it, and then zero change for the person that didn't do anything. So your mind, your thought, the visualization, which is what worry is, it's a visualization of the worst case scenario. So be
Mhm.
conscious of that. However, whatever you feel that seed that V's talking about is planting, definitely make sure you allow it to grow in the most positive, wonderful way and see it you can even see it as a feeling because that's the best way to manifest it of how it might change you, where it might lead you,
Mhm.
because sometimes it might, the fruit may be a little tough to swallow at first, but it's going to do you good.
Yep.
So there you go. So thank you, Susan.
I love that.
So she said love the beard. So Lisa, I hope that made some sense, and anybody who chose number one, number
Yeah.
ones. All right, we're going to Linda, number two. And if you want to let us know if that resonated with you, what it made sense, great. If not, you can hold it to yourself, or you can say, y'all don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That works too.
It works too. When I work with a client, I'm especially animal communication because I spend 10 minutes before I call them and
Mhm.
I write down like usually a page of stuff. And I said, listen, I'm going to go over some stuff. If it makes sense, let me know. If it doesn't make sense, let me know because then I'll dig a little deeper and find out why I wrote down and got what I got because there's got to be
Mhm.
a reason or it may be
Yep.
something you put in your back pocket for later. So, Lisa, you are welcome. Oh, she
Yes.
says she has a few seeds. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, Linda, we're coming at you.
All right, Linda. Ooh, the Hierophant.
Well,
All
I remember the
right.
character.
Yes. Um,
It's
and
you
so
too.
Linda here with this Hierophant card. Um, this may be a season of learning for you. Okay. If you've had the thought of going back to school or taking some classes, this is a definite yes. But it's also about allowing yourself to be open to receive the lessons that are being shown to you. Okay. And sometimes those lessons can be harsh ones, but they're there to teach you something. Okay. And on the same token, there is some information that you are also needing to share in the way of being a teacher. All right. So everything that's going on around you is happening for a purpose. And so it's your job at this time to kind of tease out the lessons that you're needing to pay attention to, how you're needing to shift things. The Hierophant is related to Taurus as well, which is the Taurus season. Is that what we are in right now? Having compassion with yourself, pulling in that Venus, which rules the second house, which has Taurus in it as well. But But all of this to say is there is wisdom that is happening at this point in your life, and it's truly up to you how you choose to receive the information and what you choose to do with it. Okay? So that's what I
And
got.
then and then Linda from me, we got Ace of Cups. So we got a lot of aces tonight. So with all that V said, really allow the emotions to guide you here. I love how this person is pouring the water out and it's drifting, 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 and then look at it, it's like it's going off the edge of the globe, off the table,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that is, whatever you perceive that as, because it is land. So it's almost like it goes to the end of the earth or down into the ground.
Mm.
So this is the emotions are what's going to drive you through this. This is from spirit. The emotions don't lie. This is
Mm.
key for you right now. The emotions don't lie. So be very conscious that your emotions are telling you the truth. So if there's anything coming up for you that you're wondering if this is real or not, the emotions are not lying to you right now. That's not going to be after 5 days. I don't think that's going to be the same thing because for
Right.
some reason I feel like right now the emotions are key for you, and kind of guiding you just a little bit. But yeah, and it's so funny with the hierophant and the water. It's like, yeah, be very, very conscious. This is from spirit. This is a short window of the emotions don't lie, because then afterwards your emotions are going to start taking you down a different path. And I just don't want you. That's not the way it's always going to be. The emotions don't lie, but for right now, that is key. That's very interesting. There's some serious wisdom there, because I almost feel like you might get taken over by your emotions after the 5 days have come up. So, yeah. So, Linda, I hope that made some sense. Let us know. And Susan, we already chose our 8 people to get a reading tonight. So, what you can do, or anybody join us right now that didn't get on the list or in the archive, we have got reading number 3 through 8, and you can just choose one of those and kind of piggyback on. Hello,
Hey, Samaj.
Samaj Thomas. I'm hoping now the sun card comes up.
Right?
The sun is in the house. So, hey, Stacy, glad you're loving it. Thank you, Lisa. All right, so Brenda, you are next, Brenda.
All right. So here we go, Brenda. This is for you. All right, Brenda, we have the Justice card.
Ooh.
And yeah, this whole thing here is about balance, of course. And I love it because he's sitting so very regal, but he's like in the middle of the scales. And let me bring this over so you guys can see this card. Um, he is tasked with keeping the balance. And I feel like you are being tasked with keeping the balance and monitoring, where one side might be heavier than the other. Okay. This is also about speaking your truth. So if there are some things on your heart that you are feeling are unjust, it's time for you to begin to speak up to create the balance. It doesn't mean to sacrifice yourself and swallow your word for balance. It's actually meaning for you to bring some information forward to allow for things to be even. Okay. I also like to say when this card comes up that if you yourself are feeling overwhelmed, take a look at what you are trying to keep in balance and asking yourself, now's the time for spring cleaning. Do I still need to hold this? Do I still need to work with this? Making sure that you're standing fully on one side of the scale, taking up all of the space in the room that you need, and only take on what balances you out. If you get out of balance, it's time to put something to the side or put it down for a moment until you can clear some things out. Okay. But I really feel like this has something to do with your voice and making sure that you're speaking up about you in the situation and not just letting it go, well, that's okay. I'll just let it be what it is. Okay. I feel like your voice needs to be activated at this time in order to create balance. Okay.
All right, and Brenda, from me, oh, the Two of Swords. So more Libra energy, because
Hmm.
yes, Libra rules this. And you know what? I'm so drawn to this moon. Isn't it kind of weird that it makes me feel like it's upside down?
It's like backwards or
It's
some.
like almost eclipsing or something. Maybe like something's coming. In other words, it doesn't look. It looks like it's almost being eclipsed, but
Yeah.
I love that because it really draws your attention to it. So once again, find the balance that V was talking about. And oh, look at this. I want to look at that. A pen in each hand, a piece of paper or a card in each hand. So literally
Hmm.
and a sword on each shoulder. So this person, again, ambidextrous, multitasking, taking
Hmm.
care of business. At first, I thought the pieces of paper were like ripped apart, like divide and conquer. So I'm just seeing so much of balance, balance, balance. And then let me put the card down and just and go from. Yeah, I'm really drawn. This card does not have the blindness like most Two of Swords do, but I'm really drawn to that, and I think that's key. This is not going to be blindly leading you into something. This is again, your eyes are open. You need to be very clear about what you're finding balance and how you're doing it. Don't be afraid. Let me put it in a positive. Make sure you analyze everything before you do the balance. Make sure you analyze what you need to let go of, not just go, oh, I like this, so I'm going to let go of that. You know, analyze it, pros and cons, whatever. There's a lot of logistical stuff going on here with eyes wide open, making the moves. So yeah, so very conscious there, Brenda. So all right, hope that made some sense. And Linda said last reading, Linda said, "Well, my brother is recuperating. She's now her mom's caregiver, learning to control your emotions and patience. It's difficult to be the adult, and your mom's like a 2-year-old." Okay, wow. So yeah, definitely a lot going on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Brenda, hope that made some sense for you. And we're moving on to Crystal, the number fours. And V, this is also for you. So keep that in
Oh,
mind that
that's
you're talking to yourself.
right. I'm always talking to myself in readings, right?
Mm-hmm. Woo. And then there's people listening and talking back.
All right. All right. So for Crystal and the number fours.
Oh, Brenda's headed to New Mexico. I love it. Okay.
Ah, it's a double play. The
Taurus
here.
season.
All right. Let me see if there's a different message here for this one. Um,
Oh my God. How'd you do that?
I know I'm extra, right? So the Hierophant here talks about convention. And what this is telling me this go round is you've learned the rules, and so now you have uh, done the work to learn the lessons to figure out how to make them fit you. Okay. If you've been in the space of always following how things are traditionally done, it might be time for you to begin your own traditions within yourself of how you're choosing to do things going forward. Okay. Um, and rules are just things that people have followed time and time again. It doesn't mean that they can't be changed. It doesn't mean that they can't be tweaked. They can't be maneuvered in a different way. So I feel like there are some outdated things that you're needing to release and make new rules for. Go about them in a different way that suits who you are at this point in your life. So that's what's coming to surface this time.
And from me, the Knight of Wands. Oh,
Mhm.
whatever you do it joyously. I mean, just look at the face on this person. I love this card so much because it really reflects a lot of what I would say is true traditional Knight of Wands, but it also takes it a step forward because the Knight of Wands always feels like a little more, a knight period feels more like grumpy, gruff, rigid, structured.
Mhm,
But this person says, no, they're having fun too. And of course, it's Wands, so this is Leo energy. So they have no problem, bringing out all their toys and everything having going on,
mhm,
So have some fun. Joy and joyous are the words. I want you to, Crystal and V, I want you to write the word joy or joyous down somewhere and just kind of focus on that for the rest of this month.
mhm,
I just feel like that needs to be a key word for you. And do what I do. I mean, I tell Sarah, remind me every day at 12 o'clock, joy or joyous. And then just it pops up every day. And the first couple of days, you're like, what is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then by the 10th day, you're like, got it. Got the message. Joy and joyous are the words. And it's almost like, and it's funny because I'm not seeing you push it out to the world. I am seeing the ripple effect from it, but I'm also this. That person when they walk around, they just got that shit eating grin, and you're like, what do they know that I don't know? That's for me. That's joy. It's like
mhm.
it's like joy, and a lot of people look at them like they're a little crazy, but it's like no, it's this joy and this peace. And I love when I walk around, I just have a smile on my face, and I'm like, I'm smiling
That's
just
good.
because,
Yep.
you know. So I'm saying 30 days, like for the rest of this month. Yeah, have some joy and be joyous and find the joy. So all right, there you
And
go.
I just want to say I love that you just said that because Joy is my middle name.
That's
So
right.
It's my birthday month, and I'm going to find joy all of this month.
Yay! Boog, are you listening? Can you
He
hear me?
moved. He's not in the same
Oh,
spot.
okay.
Oh, I just wanted to share also, if you guys can see this, this is me with my knight.
Oh my gosh. Are those swords or wands in the background?
Those are swords in the background.
Oh my
But
gosh,
here's
I love it.
here's me with the knight. So
Woo!
yeah,
Has that picture been published yet?
it has not. So
Okay,
this is
woo,
a
we got a sneak peek.
it's a sneak peek.
All right, all right.
So
Crystal,
awesome.
yay,
Thank you.
yay.
Yes, Crystal.
Brenda, you're
Yes. Thank
welcome.
you.
All right, so we are going to Sue and me. I'm piggybacking on this with you, Sue. So, Sue, and this is number fives. This is
All
the
right.
fifth month, and this month is actually an 11 month because 5 plus 2022 is
Mm-hmm.
11. So this is
Yeah.
a pretty powerful month. 11 is that master of illumination, inspiration messenger, number of light, reformer of the world problems, wants to lift people up, teaching truth, all that beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Mm.
So, all right, Sue, this is
All
for
right.
you.
Sue. Oh, here we go. The sun. Yes. So this sun here, we're talking about illumination, and I love it because I think this is a dragon, like baying at the sun in some ways, but learning about its own fire. It's not blowing the fire, but it's looking at this fire and recognizing what it can be, and what it can create. So I feel like this sun is allowing the sun to shine on you, allowing yourself to receive the rays of the sun. Success, of course, is, success and happiness come along with the sun, but I feel like this is the element of you receiving it, not necessarily going out to bang it out to do the work. This is you just basking and allowing yourself to be seen, without even blowing any fire. You're just allowing yourself, you know. Um, and like I said, a lot of Leo energy. I don't know, it just feels like like you're being received. Like people are starting to notice you and kind of big you up and ask you questions and kind of being in the spotlight. And instead of shying away from that and, oh yeah, being humble, stand there and bask in it. Allow yourself to receive that attention. Okay? So, yeah.
Beautiful. And Crystal V, make sure you read Crystal's comment. That was kind of cool. And then
Yeah.
Sue from me, three of swords. Oh my gosh. And I love this card because it still evokes a lot of the same feeling of traditional three of swords, which can be about loss and sorrow and
Mhm.
pain. But I love this card. I believe this is Trudy, I believe,
Yep.
on the card. Just this overwhelming release, 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 let go. And I think it's almost, this is from Spirit. This card actually should come before the sun in the sense of release all this so you can feel that,
Hmm.
so you can feel what V just talked about. And look at both. Hold your card up again. Do you notice something here? Both of them, head up, mouth open, head up, mouth open.
Yep.
Look into the heavens. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else involved here. And because the dragon's sitting on something, and it looks like
Hmm.
almost like a weather vane type of a thing.
Right.
But yeah, so head up, mouth open, release, let go. Just I feel like this is a time to really, really, and didn't you say something about your voice or something? Because the
Um,
three of swords is, that's thought, logic, reason, it's communication. So
mhm.
again, I almost feel like, I'm drawn back to Tears for Fear. Shout, shout, let it all out.
Yep.
These are the things we are something about. Which was shout therapy. If you don't know where that group got that song from, so yeah, shout it out, shout it out. So there you go, Sue, and me, and me. This is me
Yeah.
too. So Sue, I hope that made some sense. Yay! Yes, Samaj. Maybe we'll see the sun in another place too.
Hey, Karina. And
Ooh.
yes, yes. Awesome,
Oh,
Crystal.
Karina,
All right.
Karina in Norway.
I love it.
All right, we're going to number 6, Heather. Yes,
Heather.
that was such a good song. Oh my gosh. I remember literally shouting a lot to that song.
All right, Heather and the number sixes.
And it's the 6th year.
The Eight of Spears, which is the Eight of Wands in this deck. Um,
Beautiful, Sue.
so Eight of Spears, eights are always about movement. And these spears
You
are the
almost
ones
said swords, didn't you?
I was because it makes you think of swords, right? But
Yeah.
it's spears. Um, this is about moving energy, allowing yourself to get out of your own way, to let your energy, your ideas fly. All right. This is about prioritizing anything that you're needing to clean up, anything that you're needing to um, make things easier. Now's the time to do that. The energy is ripe for movement. All right. So anything that's standing in the way of things landing, start to clean those things up. Okay. Um, Also, be very expressive with your energy because that's what's going to allow movement for your ideas, your thoughts, plans to happen as well. Um, there's a crow in this picture, so there's messages that are going to come to you that lets you know that now's the time. Listen for those messages. Allow yourself to receive that message, and when it's go time, it's go time. Don't sit on it. Don't wait. Just go. Even if you don't know what's next, shoot the spear, shoot the arrows. Something will land and it will tell you what the next step is. Okay? But things can move quickly. Like Mitch says, there's like short windows of time. So when you get the green light, go. Okay?
I think for some reason we're having shorter windows of time lately. I don't
Mm,
think we have long. I think it has something to do with how we are able to manifest things so much quicker.
yes.
And it's like, before it took a while to manifest and create it. So it felt like the window was bigger and wider,
Yep.
where now it's like, boom, done. We're done.
Yep.
All right, continuing on, Heather. And then from me, the lovers are number 6. So as you're doing all of what V said, let me put it in the positive. I almost said, don't be afraid. Seek out those that you feel comfortable and safe with to assist you on the journey, on the travel.
Mm,
Be very conscious of who you're sharing those things with, not out of fear, but out of success, guaranteed victory, guaranteed manifesting of what your heart desires.
mhm.
So be very conscious of that. And I really feel like this coming up with a 6 year, and this is an 11 month. So really feels very powerful. Another reason why there's probably such a short window right now is because of Mercury retrograde. Spirit just said, yeah, we need to take care of
Yep.
some stuff
Let's go.
before
Let's go. Yep.
get it
Before
done,
lockdown.
get the plans in. You can still
Hmm.
do it. Just cross the T's and dot the I's.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid during retrograde. Ride the wave.
Yep.
So Heather, I hope that made some sense. Look for those people that you feel comfortable, confident, and safe with, to engage them in help, or just to be able to talk about your plan, your movement, and things like that. So there we go. All right. So Carol, number 7, is coming up next.
All right, Carol.
Yes, Samaj, things are speeding up, right? Yes, I agree. More and more people are practicing and believing.
All right, Carol, and the number sevens. Here we have strength. And this is Brienne of Tarth. I love her so much. Um, and so
I think every gay man wanted to be her.
and wait, I just want to say, outside of her character, she is fucking gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Just woo. All right.
I want to
So,
see. I want to see her and the lady from. Oh my gosh, the soccer coach who goes over to England. Oh my gosh, it's the sitcom where the soccer coach, the country bumpkin, goes over to coach soccer in England. His boss. Oh my gosh, they're
I don't
both
know.
tall, blonde women with like
Uh-huh.
British accents. Anyway, I'll look it up.
All right.
Strength.
So with this strength card here, this is saying that you are a fortress. You know, you have a very strong sense of fortitude. But what's coming into play now is your vulnerability. Okay. I feel as though you have been a stronghold for a lot of people for a long time, and there's a need for you to start to find your own outlet if you haven't already. All right. And that is allowing yourself to take off your armor, to put down your sword, and to visit the people or the folks that you trust so that you can be you, so that you're not always the one to, fix the problem or fight the battle or, do the heavy duty hard work. It's allowing yourself to have others support you. Okay. In essence, vulnerability is strength. So it might be time for you to revisit your own sense of vulnerability, and to recognize how strong you are or can be in it. All right. Put some things down, go take care of you. And that way you can continue to take care of others. All right. So,
And then Carol, from me, oh, the Page of Swords.
mm-hmm.
And write it down, journal it,
Mm-hmm.
learn from it. What V was talking about, really allow all the lessons to come into play. And I'm going to say it again, write it down. This is an REO. It's like, pen in hand, notepad, but the pages are often about learning, messages, information, swords of communication, thought, logic, region, text, words, letters. But I really feel like now is a very important time for you to put pen to paper, at least, fingers to keyboard, and make some notes and keep track of some things. I think it's going to be important for you to see where you've been.
Mm-hmm.
Think of like Waze, GPS, it shows you where you're going, but every once in a while, also, once you get there, it almost shows where you came from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of neat to see the mileage you put on the road. And I think
Ooh.
that's going to be very important with all the things that you're writing down and keeping track of. And when, V and I probably have told many people this, and we've done it ourselves, when you're learning tarot, divination, journal, journal, journal. I'm a big fan of when you start practicing, especially psychic and mediumship work, write down your successes. When you get a hit, number one, I got this right. Number 563, I got this right. That way you can't deny the successes and the place that you've come from because it's in print right in front of you, documented. Can't deny that. Can't deny that. So
Mm-hmm.
Carol and number sevens, I hope that made some sense for you. Oh, Carol said dead on from V. Yay. And hey, Deanne. At first, I was like,
It
Deanne, do you
did.
hate? She said, hate Mitchell. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, maybe it's just like, hey, Mitchell.
Right.
But I know Deanne well enough to know she wouldn't hate Mitchell.
Who can hate Mitchell?
Hey, Alice. All right. So, final one, number 8, Terry.
All right, Terry.
Woo.
All right, Terry, here we have the Six of Cups. I love it. Um, Here we have Sansa and Jon Snow. And it's just a strong card of balanced emotional energy. Okay. Um, and honestly, connection, you know. So I don't know if there is either someone or something that is revisiting you. It could be a hobby, it could be a job coming back around, it could be a person that you were familiar with. Something very familiar is coming back around to remind you of what balanced emotional energy feels like. Okay. For me, this is always like my baby soulmate card type of thing, where there is just this undeniable connection to someone that makes you feel safe or something that makes you feel safe. And we need that when things can be kind of hectic or awry to come back to that safe space. All right. So if there is someone that, you've felt very close to, that can even have a protective energy, allow yourself to revisit that or be vulnerable in that because you need that. I feel like there's a release that you're moving through and you just need that sense of comfort or that sense of familiarity to help you over the hurdle or over the next hump. So if it's, like I said, by way of hobby or a familiar person in your life, allow it. because it's going to help you to move from point A to point B. I know that sounds very confusing, but that's what I'm being given. You just need a soft landing space right now to continue to go forward. So, yeah.
And then Terry, from me, we've got the King of Swords. So yeah, so take charge, speak your words very consciously. Um, this is such, such beautiful Gemini energy. So I'm going to say it, take no prisoners here. This is not a time to worry about what you're saying, if it's going to upset someone. As long as it's coming from the place of truth and love in your
Hmm.
heart, then it's going to be okay. You can soften it however you need, deliver it however you need to, but make sure you are delivering what you is your truth at this time in this place. Because I feel like also the sword is going to cut away some of the crap that just is not needed anymore. It's like I see like getting rid of the weeds so the actual garden can grow. The
Mm,
weeds are overtaking it. Or I'm laughing because Spirit said, or the opposite, which is getting rid of the garden so the weeds can grow, because a weed is subjective. you
hmm.
know, you know.
Yep.
So yeah. So, but yeah, definitely make sure you're communicating from a place of love and truth, and do it in whatever package or way you feel most comfortable, but make sure you're doing it. Make sure you're not just holding it in, because especially if you've had sore throats and stuff going on in this, or
Oh,
you're, or you, or you knock your earbud out. I mean, and you're no longer, because literally that is communication and listening to spirit. So, Siri's listening to me somewhere. Sorry, Siri, don't listen to me. Oh, I double tapped it. That's what happened. Can you still hear me?
hmm. Yep.
Okay. So because I double tapped, Siri thought I was trying to talk
Uh-huh.
to him. It's if you double tap, Siri comes up. So yes, double tap, get connected to your spirit guides. you know, when I make mistakes like that, I'm like, something's happening that needs to be known, because the double tapping, this earbud, when I double tap, it brings up Siri automatically. So again, be conscious when you need to call upon your guides and your angels and the cloud people, Siri,
Hmm.
Google. Reach out, double tap, call them in, ask them for help, ask them for guidance. Hey, Amanda.
Yep.
So, Terry, I hope that made some sense. And Carol, you are
Amy.
welcome.
Yes,
So,
yes.
oh, we made it. We made it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Welcome back, V.
I love these. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
me
you.
too. And I don't
I
think
am. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say I don't think I've made the next one yet. If I didn't, I'll do it in the next thing. What do we
Oh,
call
okay.
these? The next shenanigans. I'm looking to see if I did real quick.
The
So V,
shenanigans.
what you got going on?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't have anything going on right now, except for my readings. My readings are always open, because I'm in the process of shifting gears. This is the last month for MOM. It's been going for 2 years, so it's bittersweet, but it's time for something different, something else. Um, I am, and I put it on my Facebook. I am moving into the season of sensuality, and
Woohoo!
from from a sexuality perspective, but also from the sense perspective, and really practicing being present, and using my senses. So what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what I'm smelling, and just being patient and taking time. I found myself starting to move slower, to be more intentional, to uh, also look at what I want to create going forward. So I don't have anything in the works right now outside of my readings, because I'm also brainstorming for what am I planning to, or how do I want to show up in this season. And I'm taking my time with that. So that's where I am. Um, yeah, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Nice. So
So,
I real quick created the next event. So you can see the next psychic shenanigans right there. So if you go to that, then you can click it, like it, add it to your calendar so you don't miss it or show up late. I'm putting my dream interpretation classes in there, and my numerology classes in there, my animal communication classes in there. And, V and I both agree, and we always say, One of the best ways you can support us or any content creator is sharing, liking, subscribing, doing all that
Mm-hmm.
good stuff. But if you do feel led to give us a little tip in our virtual tip jar, we're putting both of those in there for you to do so. No press, just like I said, whatever you feel led to do. I am booked out almost 2 months right now, which is a good thing to have for me, not so good for clients, but you can always get a reading, a spread delivered back usually within 1 to 3 days. And I put that in there as well. So I've got over 50 spreads. You can check them out. My Mercury retrograde spread is up right now.
Oh,
And what
nice.
it does is it tells you the best way to use the energy of Mercury retrograde rather than let it pummel you with fear and terror that a lot of people love to throw out there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we'll be back in 2 weeks unless something's going on. That's the 16th. So 16th of what month? May. We will have
May.
passed. And by the way, everybody, if you don't know, the entire month of May is V's birthday, so just keep that in mind. If you're wondering, should I give to Mitch or V? Give to V. It's her birthday month.
Wow.
Send her some love. Send her some love. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so it is almost 8 o'clock. We've been hanging out for an hour. Thank you for being with us.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
we'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll see you on the interwebs. Any final comments, V? Anything else you want to say? Thank
No.
you, Carol.
Enjoy the life that you have. Find the joy. Be present.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
Find the joy. And if you start feeling
That's all I got.
overwhelmed, one technique I love to do is if you've ever watched
Uh-oh.
those
Did you
videos.
freeze?
Oh, can
You
you hear me?
freezed it.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can
Everything's
they,
froze.
everything's frozen? It's still going on my end.
Hello?
Can you
Oh, okay,
guys
there we
hear
go.
me? Okay.
You're back.
So one of the things, if you start to feel overwhelmed, two things that I love to tell people to do, and I do myself. First thing, say, if this is my shit, show me how to deal with it. If it's not, I
Mm-hmm.
release it back to the recycling of the energies universe. And then the other
Ooh.
thing, especially when it's like all the stuff going on around you, if you've ever seen those videos where it shows like a tiny little place on the globe, like a city, and then it starts to back away and it shows the state, backs away, shows the country, backs away, till you're so far out into the solar
Mm-hmm.
system, the universe, that you can't even make out our planet, our universe, our galaxy. That always brings me into a place of perspective. I don't know why, but it just feels good. It almost gets me a little dizzy and high sometimes, but I think what it does is it takes me out of that present moment, that physical body thing, and helps me
Mm-hmm.
pull back up. Now I do come back down because
Right,
I'm
right.
still human. Got to eat, sleep, poop, and do all that stuff. But yeah. So anyway, so there's a couple things to do. All right, they can hear me, so we're good. All right, thank you, everybody. I'm going to say, beautiful, powerful, wonderful, awesome sexiness in me see and recognize the beautiful, powerful, awesome, wonderful sexiness in you. Namaste.
And I say namaste.
Good night, everybody. Have a
Thank you
wonderful evening.
guys.
Bye.